Welcome. I had to do a mic check real quick um, to see if it's real because I can't believe we're here doing a podcast, but we are. So, welcome to Southern Unscripted. I am so excited to get this thing going. Um, I've got a lot to say, and so I've got a mic now. I'm Sarah. I'm going to be your podcast host. And I'm super excited to just let you in my world of chaos. I'm the person that always has my hands and feet in different projects and different things and different careers. And I'm just always looking for opportunity and willing to meet people. I stay fueled by caffeine to make it happen, honestly. And I'm just driven to grow. I think everything I put my hands in is an opportunity to grow. I don't believe in failure at all. I just think if something doesn't work out, you grew from it. And if it does work out, great. But to me, both of those are a win. So I was like, man, the world needs more baddies to help motivate and just shift people's mind. And I think I'm wanting to do that. Don't get it twisted. We're going to talk some shit, but we're going to inspire. We're going to laugh. We are going to share raw life experiences. And I'm pretty qualified to do that. So we're going to get right into it. All right. So I was born and raised in a small town in Louisiana called Karen Crow. And my parents divorced when I was 2. So immediately come from a broken home, which in hindsight wasn't a bad thing. But back then, little me didn't understand that. But my father was very entrepreneur like. He owned the main grocery store in Karen Crow called Country Mart. And for all these youngsters, um, it's called Champagne's now, but before Champagne's, it was Don's Country Mart. And before Don's Country Mart, it was Country Mart, my father's. And it was a whole shopping center he owned, and then the gas station. So he was very business savvy. And then when he moved on, before that, he had all the Piggly Wigglies, which was well before my era. Um, but anyways, after that, he owned a very successful seafood restaurant. I'll never forget it. The line would just line up outside. He let me wait tables at 12, and I was making good money. One night I made $160 um, waitressing at 12 years old. That was a lot of money back then. I just couldn't bring out the alcohol. But in a nutshell, my father was very driven, business savvy. And so all my life, that's what I saw. So I just know how to be a hard worker overall. I have 4 amazing sisters. I am the baby. I'm super grateful for my sisters. It's back then I was not. We was throwing hands, fighting all day long. But now it's like I have 4 built-in best friends, 4 moms that I can lean on when I need, and that's really a huge blessing that I take for granted, especially if, one of my best friends is an only child. You know, I she probably doesn't even know what she's missing because she's an only child, but I'm just super grateful. When something bad happens in my family, my sisters, we freaking lock arms and we build walls and we do whatever we have to do. It's just very nice to have that. So, fast forward a little bit, I am a high school dropout. I got into so much trouble in high school. I don't know. My sister painted this picture that, like, once you get to high school, you get to party. And then I got to high school and I'm like, party. And was not worried about grade school, academics, nothing. High school dropout. By the time I dropped out of high school, accidentally got pregnant at the age of 16. Had him at 17. It was the biggest, greatest blessing for me. Couldn't see it then because I was like, what am I going to do? My life is over. But he saved me. He saved me from some dark times because I was just a 15-year-old girl who was ready to party. First of all, 15 years old, girl, what are you doing? I couldn't imagine if I'd have let my kids do half of the things that I've done. But we'll unpack that later in some episodes to come. But anyways, yeah, my son saved my life, and um, he gave me purpose. From the time that he was born, it was like, okay, I got to get to work. Same as my husband, he was very young. We both, you know, he went to work, but um, I needed a drive to be something for my son. Like he was my why. He was the reason why I needed to have a significance, maybe because I just wanted to make him proud because he didn't ask to be born into a child's life. I was a child when I had him. So, from the time that he was born till now, still, that's funny. I've always been like looking on what I'm going to be and what I'm going to do. And I have done many, many things. I've tried many, many things. And to the naked eye of society, I may I may be perceived as the person that's always doing something. Nothing sticks. But for me, it was like life lessons that brought me to this very moment here. And I wouldn't be able to do half of the things I'm doing now if I didn't have the tools of all the mistakes I made in business opportunities. So, um, so fast forward, me and my husband figured it out. It was a long road. By the time my son was maybe 10, we decided to get married. Um, I was married maybe 26 years old. And then we had my second child. So, Morley, my kids are 12 years apart. Uh, and once we had Marley, we were doing well in life. I had been a photographer from the time that we got married in 2013. I started doing photography, and I've been working really hard on building my photography business. And in the midst of me building my photography business, I had a nutrition business approach me to partner with them. And I was all about getting healthy because I just had Marley. And, right when you have that baby, you're never motivated enough from the time that baby pops out to get your ass to the gym and lose this baby weight. So I got into it, and honestly, I loved it so much that it took off and did well. That kind of put my photography business on the back burner, but it um, locked me into this nutrition opportunity. I opened 2 healthy cafes. I've built a team and had 6 healthy cafes underneath my team, and it was doing very well. We went to the top 6% with this company. I am so forever grateful for this company and what it has did. Lo and behold, to my knowledge, I didn't realize that this might have not been the thing that I was going to do forever, but it was definitely the thing that I needed to help propel me to um, where I am today. It molded me, it polished me, it um, grew me to levels that I wouldn't have been able to do without being around these people and this community and really digging deep inside to be a better version of me. And I love that company. Still doing small photography jobs, but I was with that company 90% of the time, my eyes locked in working on that. Then my husband gets an opportunity to move to Texas. Fun fact, I have always wanted to move away. I would have did anything to move away just because I felt so stagnant. I've made wrong choices in my life, in the party phases, and I always would overthink and think people were judging me for my past and I couldn't build my business. My business was stagnant. Probably all thoughts that I created on my own in my head. Um, but I'm human and we overthink things a lot and start to believe the things that we overthink, even though they might be made up. Those people didn't care what the heck I was doing. You know what I mean? But, anyways, so when he had the opportunity to move, I was like, heck yes, what I got to do. I put my healthy club for sale immediately, wasted no time. I'm like, get me out of here right now. And we moved. And it was the best thing that has ever happened to me. I feel like I had a fresh start. These people that have opened their arms to me and just let me in. From a week of living here, I joined this networking group, and some of the best women, most supportive, most amazing women who have helped me because I just looked at it as an opportunity to rebrand my photography. Like, hey, new area because my clients don't come with me. I've worked so hard and my clients don't come with me. So let's rebrand, and it has launched my photography business bigger and faster than it did back home. Um, I've met some of the most incredible people through clients and friends through this group. I have met a new business partner from my new business venture who is so amazing. She's such a great mentor. Um, she's wise, and I've always enjoyed being around older, wiser women because they're polished. They've already been through the experiences, right? So um, I'm super grateful. This group launched me. So here I am. Oh, by the way, didn't mention the new business partner with the new business venture, interior design. And if you know me, that is so right up my alley. And I've always said if I wouldn't have had a kid at 15, 16, I would have went to school for interior design. I just love creativity. Like I love creative. I love, whether I'm creating my fashion clothes, whether I'm creating a space that gives the ambiance and aesthetics in a room of coziness. I love creating. I even love DIYs because I'm crafty. I'm like I have an eye, photography. I love creating a vision. I love telling a story but creating the story behind the lens sometimes, it's all like a make believe thing to me. I don't know, but it's perfect. I've been enjoying the interior design and I am learning so much. Again, amazing mentor. And then I got back into real estate. I was a real estate agent back home when I moved to Texas, and you see the demand here. Oh my God, it's wild. So I've decided to get back into real estate. Probably focus more on buyer's agent, but I'll never turn a listing down. Um, so yeah, that's just a little bit about me. I will unpack more of my life and, the businesses in episodes to come, but that's just in a gist. Um, but why a podcast? So whenever I first moved here, I was doing live streams with a nutrition company and I was interviewing some of the top 1% people in the company, well polished people, people you want advice from, people who grinded 100 hours a week to get to the top and never took no for an answer. So it was very inspiring, not only for me, but for the viewers that were getting on the lives. And then when I would get off the live, people would text me and DM me some amazing feedback, just sharing, what was relatable to them in what we talked about, or um, thank you. Thank you for, I needed to hear that today, just those things. It was so fulfilling. I was like, I want to start a podcast. But I kept doing the lives, but in my mind, I was like, I need to do this. And then I ended up going on vacation. And when I got back, I just fell out of the schedule of like booking the guests. So I kind of stopped. But when I stopped, I was just like, just when you pick up, do a podcast. When you pick up, do a podcast. And it took me kind of a year and a half to actually start the podcast. But the truth is, it is so scary. It's fearful. Probably 2 weeks before even recording my first episode, I was like, what am I doing? I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. I don't, what am I going to talk about? And I'm scared. Fear comes in the way because you're always worried about what people are going to say, what people are going to think, and that has controlled a lot of my life. But the reality is, all these social media platforms are literally a platform of opinions. And I watch all of them. I watch the opinions that I don't agree with, and I watch the opinions that I do agree with. Um, so I was just like, why not? I'm totally qualified to be a therapist. And fun fact, something whenever I had my healthy cafe back home, people would literally just come and talk to me about some of their dark pains. If there was no one else no one else was sitting at the bar, and they would just come and sit and talk to me and share things with me that they would share with no one else. And I would hold that to my heart, because I was able to uplift them in a dark time. And sometimes you just need someone to listen to. You just need someone to hear you out. You don't need a response. You don't need people to take your information elsewhere. You just need someone to listen. And I gave that space to a lot of people that I miss so much. Oh my God. But anyways, I'm qualified to be a therapist. But no. So yeah, fear was in the way, and I almost talked myself off the ledge several times, but I was like, you know what? I want to be the person that's going to show people that they should do it. There's so many people who have businesses but are scared to post on social media simply because of that fear. When social media is the new way right now, it's the new cold calls, it's the new way to get out there. You can reach so many more people than door knocking, one by one, even though door knocking still works. Don't get it twisted. Um, but I want to be the person that can maybe encourage you to post it. Post the picture, post without a filter, post without makeup. Be you. Be exactly who you are, and don't let anyone hold back, because you only get one life. You only get one chance. And I've read a lot of books, and something common and I read in books about death, because yes, I've read books about death. Um, there people have a regret on their deathbed that they didn't try that thing. I feel like I'm going to get emotional. Oh my God. They didn't try that thing, or they didn't go for it, or maybe they worked so hard they weren't present in their life. They regret so much, and there's no manual to it. So I want to be the person that can maybe encourage you to do those things. I don't know why this is making me emotional, but I think probably because I was worried about what people would think just doing a podcast, that I almost talked myself out of it. But you don't know what you don't know. So, like, if it doesn't work, no problem. You grow from it. If it does work, fantastic. Keep thriving. Okay, gosh, get it together, Sarah. You're so crazy. Um, so I hope my listeners from each week can at least take um a smile away. If anything, if I don't inspire you, no problem. If I don't um if I bore you, I'm sorry, but I hope you can at least take away a smile and be encouraged to chase things, to do the thing that's been nudging you to do, but you're scared. I just hope that I can help at least one person. Um, but anyways, enough with all that vulnerability. Why can't I say vulnerability? Vulnerability. Okay. Um, So I hope you, we are coming to an end. Yeah. Okay. So we're coming to an end, and I hope you're excited. You're as excited as I am. I hope you want to log in and have fun with me. Make sure you follow, like, subscribe. I think there'll be a subscribe button. I'm trying to figure all this stuff out. But follow along. But I do want you to comment or message me what you want to hear. But I am starting a series, Spill the Tea. And so I want you to share some of your wild confessions. I'm going to share them anonymously. You will not be, will not call anybody out here. And then I'll add some advice. It could be some funny advice. It could be roasting advice because I like to roast. Or it could just be some real raw advice. I guess it depends where we're going with these wild confessions. But I want you to message them to me privately. Um, but yeah, comment maybe what you want to hear or things we can spin off. You can expect special guests. You can expect laughs, and you can expect us having a good old time while we get to inspire and hopefully impact some lives. So that is it for the day. Thank you for tuning in to Southern Unscripted. I will see you guys next week.